A very good evening. You're watching Big Bang with me, Shruti. And first up, it has barely been 3 days since she gave birth to her child, but Nasreen Taj feels it's like been a lifetime. Wondering why? Well, it's probably because the hospital authorities seem to have claimed authority over her baby. Nasreen Taj gave birth on Thursday morning. She has still not held her child. This is because the hospital authorities reportedly made away with the baby the moment he was born, without letting Nasreen hold him or even look at him.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು ನಸ್ರೀನ್ ತಾಜ್ ಅಂತ ಮಗು ತಾಯಿ ಹೆಸರು. ನಾನು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಓಡೋಗ್ದೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು, ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೈಗೆ ಮಗು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರೇ ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಮೇಲೆ ICU ಹತ್ರ. ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೆನೇ ಓಡೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗುಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದೆ. ಹುಟ್ತಾನೆ ಅರ್ತಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದು ICU ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಏನು ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಗಂಡು ಮಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲವರೆಗೂ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಮಗುಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಗು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾರನೇ ದಿವಸ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಏನೂ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ಹೋದರೆ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಆ ಮಗು ಅವಳಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಳು ಊಟ ತಿಂಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಮಗುಗೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
Despite a rule stating that the mother should breastfeed the infant within hours of being born, the hospital authorities have not bothered in the least. The doctors have refused to bring the child to the mother, saying that he would get infected or suffer from breathing problems.
ಗುರುವಾರ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಗು ತಾಯಿನೂ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರೂ ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಉಸಿರಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ತೋರಿಸೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸೋಕೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಮಗುಗೆ.
The hospital authorities have responded to the family's repeated request to see the baby in an allegedly flippant manner. According to one of the doctors, the child was taken away due to an infection.
Some babies are struck with sickness the moment they are born. We immediately shift them to the ICU and no one is allowed inside. This is because the parents are usually unhygienic. Even if we hand the baby over to the family, even for just 2 minutes, it will be infected.
It has been 3 days since the boy was born and Nasreen is miserable while her family is crestfallen. When the family said that they'll shift the baby from Vani Vilas Hospital and take him to a different hospital, the hospital again responded in an offhand manner.
ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಅಂಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ಎತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ICU ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಗುಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಉಸಿರಾಟದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟಲ್ಲೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಹತ್ರ ಮಗು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
The hospital stands by their statement that they've separated the child from his mother only to keep him safe. But the fact that none of the family members have seen the baby or even know how he is raises serious questions on his safety. The family is left wondering if it really is a boy. With Nasreen and her family left in the lurch, some would say that this is nothing less than negligence on part of the hospital. Pavitra, News9, Bengaluru. This cop that we are going to talk about went to nab thieves, but do you know what happened to him? Well, this report will shock you.
This lady is distressed. It is quite obvious as her courageous husband is being operated in this hospital. The doctors at the North Division ACP Sandeep Patil have spoken to her and informed her that he is out of danger and responding well to the treatment. Well, it all happened last night when Huliyappa Mete, a constable attached to Rajagopal Nagar police station, was on night beat. As part of his duty, he had to sign in a point book kept at Subhadra packages in Rajagopal Nagar police station limits. But while signing in the book, he noticed some movement on the 3rd floor of Bharat Engineers, an industrial unit that made him grow suspicious. Huliyappa, a native of Koppal district, was not the one to ignore it and go ahead with rounds. He climbed the rooftop and confirmed that it was indeed a group of thieves. In an attempt to nab them, he went towards them, but upon seeing a cop rushing towards the group, they began to run away. Huliyappa started chasing them on the asbestos roof, but the roof seemed to have developed cracks, and when Huliyappa stepped on the crack, it gave in and he slipped and fell on the machines. The fall was lethal. It has left him badly injured on the back, head and face as well. He even profusely bled from his nose and ear. He was immediately rushed to a nearby hospital and after first aid, he was rushed to NIMHANS as internal bleeding was reported.
It broke, and then because of which he fell down. And as he fell down into the room of the industry, there were some equipments, machinery equipment which are there, and he fell on them. He sustained certain serious head injuries. There's been internal bleeding as well as blood clotting. So I've already spoken to the doctor. All measures have been taken for his treatment, and I've also spoken to the family, and the department takes full responsibility for his treatment and to ensure that the best and the available treatment is given to him.
The doctors in Nimhans noticed a blood clot in his head and they successfully operated on it. The surgical procedure is said to have lasted for 2 hours. At noon, he was shifted to the ward. The doctors have kept him under observation for the next 48 hours.
So when he came, he was quite serious. He had a serious head injury, and immediately the necessary treatment was given to him by our neurosurgeons and the team of doctors in the emergency department. And today morning he has been operated also. He had blood clots in the brain as a result of the head injury, and the necessary surgery has been done, treatment has been given, and post-operatively as of now his condition is stable, and we will give further necessary treatment to him in the hospital.
Huliyappa hails from Ganadal village of Khushtagi Taluk in Koppal district and has been married only 3 months ago. It is still his second year of service as a constable, and he was transferred to Rajgopal Nagar police station about 5 months ago. Well, his wife and family members are shocked, but they are also proud about his deed. Vishnu Prasad, News 9, Bengaluru.
It is said that sons are born to protect their fathers, but here's a story that begs to differ. The residents of Pilganahalli in Bommanahalli ward witnessed a gory incident in their area. It was about 2 in the afternoon and people were relaxing after their lunch. But the screams of a small boy made them come out of their houses. As they rushed out, they saw an elderly man coming out of his house profusely bleeding. He even collapsed as they watched him in horror. The man breathed his last immediately. But the alert residents immediately nabbed the killer and he was handed over to the police.
ಅಪ್ಪ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನೋ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಮಗು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗ ಕಿರಿಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡೋದ ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ. ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತನಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಚುಚ್ಚಿಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಕಿರಿಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡೋದ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಪ್ಪ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತೆ, ಒಂದು 60 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡು ಸೋರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಂಗಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಆ ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಹಂಗೆ ಆಘಾತ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಬಿದ್ದೋದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡೆಡ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದ್ರು.
It has come to light that the elderly man Sayyid Pasha had been killed by his own son Tabriz Pasha over a petty issue. There used to be arguments between them frequently, but today the heated argument resulted in the son stabbing his father in the abdomen. Sayyid Pasha, aged about 60 years, had bled profusely before succumbing to grave injury in his abdomen. Pasha's family had shifted to Piliganahalli about 6 months back from Tilak Nagar. The residents have no clue about their work profile and the number of the people who lived in the house. The Hulimavu police who rushed to the place immediately too were clueless about the background of the family.
It is revealed that both of them were quarreled over the petty issues and scolding each other. And meanwhile, the deceased person, Sayyid Pasha's wife, when she went out calling her other daughters and relatives, and it appears that it was a routine and daily things, the quarrelsome nature both of them they had. And while she came back, her husband, Mr. Sayyid Pasha, was stabbed and he was succumbed to injuries while taking to that hospital.
Well, the family feud, which could have been resolved amicably, has met a gory end. The elderly person has fallen victim to his own son's wrath. Sunil, News 9, Bengaluru. The Karnataka Examination Authority office in Malleshwaram has been the site of protests and vandalism on more than one occasion. Today was no different. Students staged loud protests and demanded answers over confusion surrounding CET. The controversy surrounding CET does not seem to end. There were massive protests as the second round of the online counselling for CET rank holders got off to a delayed start. Unhappy with the lack of choice in the option entry system, many from across the state travelled to Bengaluru and protested in front of the KEA office in Malleshwaram, demanding answers from the authorities. ABVP activists led the protest, while officials at KEA were bombarded with several queries. To begin with, the students were not happy with the option entry system this year. Following the confusion surrounding the seat matrix, majority of the students opted for the best of colleges, but it was only the merit students who got accepted. Hundreds of students were unhappy with the results and demanded a re-option entry. But KEA officials refused, saying that is not how it works. This is when the protest broke out at around 10:30 a.m. Many tried to climb over the gates and demanded entry into the office, wanting to talk to the authorities. Another reason which left many disappointed is that no medical seats were added to the seat matrix. This left the medical seat aspirants who opted to participate in the second round of counselling and the ones who were not allotted seats in the first round irked and angry. Many even accused the CET authorities of giving away merit seats for a bribe, which took away the options they were looking forward to. After numerous protests from the students, KEA authorities who were trying to talk to them, in the end, a meeting was held at around 2:30 p.m. with the Principal Secretary of Higher Education and KEA officer, the protesting students and their parents. KEA finally agreed to allow a second round of option entry. It is set to begin on Monday.
There was a little confusion among parents and teachers. So we have clearly stated in the brochure that choice 2 is completely clear and it will be over by 8 o'clock today. Then the second extended round, what all the seats will be included, that will be put into the extended round. It will be over by around 17th or so. I'll send the file and then move the file to the government and then get the approval. Then I'll announce. Everything is on. We have this thing hosted, all the seats which have been sent by the government, and it's perfect.
Looks like the students' protests and loud arguments with the examination authorities finally paid off, and they couldn't have been happier.
They had not given us the option entry choices for second round allotted seats, and we did not have any option entry to go for required and preferred colleges. So we were striking since morning. Now they have announced that they are going to give us options, so I'm happy for that. Like they have told second extended round, and that if we have seats, we may get into colleges, but if they don't give proper colleges, I don't happen. It's kind of a benefit. Don't want the second extended round. I just wanted the same second round because others are also waiting for their results.
CET was introduced to give students from all backgrounds a fair chance at securing a seat in the college of their choice. But instead of ruling in their favour, the Karnataka Examination Authority has only angered the students. This was their way of responding to the ever-changing so-called rules of CET. Deepak Bopana, News 9, Bengaluru.